What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, and a couple days ago I did something that was a little bit out of character for me, and that was spend $900 on a pair of Gucci shoes. Not proud of it. Now, to be honest, this probably isn't a pair of sneakers or a pair of shoes that you're thinking of. In fact, I can almost guarantee that most of you wouldn't guess what these are. And the reason that is because rather than picking up a pair of crazy bedazzled Gucci shoes, I decided to pick up something a little bit more refined. Now, as some of you know, I'm engaged to a beautiful woman named Jordan. I'm super lucky that she even likes me, first off. But we're getting married in the next couple months, and although I'm a sneakerhead, I love sneakers, and my whole job revolves around sneakers, I didn't want to wear sneakers at my wedding. I felt like, although that's something I could probably get away with, it's not something I would probably look back on in 50 years and be like, that was the right choice. So what I did instead was go to farfetch.com. They're an awesome company that I've worked with a lot in the past, and I decided to pick up a pair of dress sneakers from Gucci. Well, they're not technically dress sneakers, I guess. They're sort of like lace-up Oxfords, I think is what they're called, or on this label it says Quentin? I have no idea. On Gucci.com, they're just called lace-ups. That's all they're called, so I'm just gonna call them that. But this is actually my first really nice pair of designer shoes. Not just designer sneakers, but designer shoes, the kind that you'd wear to business meetings or weddings or whatever the case may be. So I'm really excited to check these out. But before we actually get to the sneakers themselves and find out whether they're actually worth 900 bucks, let's take a look at the box and what comes in the box. So if you're familiar with Gucci, you've probably seen this box before. You know this sort of black ribbed or black textured box with the nice little white box in the center with the, I guess, embossed sort of glossy Gucci logo right there at the bottom. It's a really nice premium feeling box. I mean, it's a $900 shoe, so it better be. Once you get inside the box, you find these really nice, almost silk feeling Gucci dust bags. You get two of them because there's two shoes. Obviously, you don't throw them both in the same dust bag. They've got this nice Gucci tag right there. This is actually my maybe second Gucci thing ever. I think the first thing was a t-shirt, and I ended up getting rid of it because I just couldn't see myself wearing a Gucci t-shirt. But I feel like dress shoes are a little bit different because Gucci is an Italian designer brand. They started out making I think it was riding gear and horse stuff to do with leather back in the 1920s. So this is something a little bit more in their wheelhouse, and they've got a little bit more history making this sort of stuff. So for me personally, I felt like I'd be a little bit less ostentatious, is that the right word? Wearing a pair of Gucci dress shoes than just this Gucci shirt. I don't think I can pull that off. But without any further ado, let's take a look at the $900 pair of shoes themselves. Here they are, the Gucci lace-ups. That name sounds like Skechers shape-ups. So that kind of bummed me out a bit. So at a glance, this shoe might just look like any other standard lace-up dress shoe, but when you really start to look closer at it and you really start to notice the details on the sneaker, you realize that it's a much more premium take on a dress shoe. So I know I just said that I don't like designer logos plastered all over my stuff, but this actually has the Gucci G's perforated into the toe of the sneaker, and it's so subtle, but it's still so dope. It's my favorite part of the shoe, I'm gonna be honest. But my favorite part about this branding hit is that you really have to look for it to find it. If you just saw me walking down the street, you probably wouldn't know this is a pair of Gucci's. But if you really look at the toe of the sneaker, you'll notice that GG, and you'll be like, damn, that dude's wearing Gucci's. I don't think anyone really says that, but you know what? It makes me feel good, so that's all that matters. Even though the silhouette of the shoe looks like a classic leather lace-up, if you look at the toe, you'll notice that there's a slightly more contemporary hit with this kind of squared-off toe. For me, that touch is kind of neither here nor there. I don't know too much about dress shoes, so it didn't really affect my buying decision, but it's nice to know that that is what it is, I guess. The entire upper of the shoe comes in this beautifully stained dark brown leather that just smells awesome. It smells like 900 bucks. You may have already noticed the perforations around the different panels of the shoe, and that's actually called brogue detailing. It's a little bit more ornate and gives the shoe a little bit more character, which I really like. Gucci makes sure to let you know that this shoe is made in Italy. They say it on the insole, on the outsole, on the box, on the paperwork, on the website. Gucci is very proud of the fact that this shoe is designed and made in Italy. They make sure to tell you whenever they can. Inside the shoe, you've got this really nice lighter brown leather sock liner, and then an insole that also comes in lighter brown leather, which, of course, on the heel says made in Italy. They gotta tell you. As for fit, Gucci does make sure to tell you that you should go down a half size on their sneakers. So if you're a size 9 in US men's, you should go down to a size 8.5 in Gucci, which is exactly what I did. And I've tried the shoe on, I've walked around in the shoe a little bit, and that definitely seems to be the case. So if you're grabbing a pair of these for yourself, grab a half size down than what you usually would grab in US men's. Continuing around the rest of the shoe, the upper remains pretty plain. You do still have these brogue details, but that's about it. And honestly, I'm happy with that. That's kind of what I wanted. I didn't want a shoe that screamed Gucci or like had some crazy bedazzling on the back of the heel, which a lot of these shoes do have, which kind of sucks. It doesn't suck, it's just not my taste. And I know like a lot of the sneakers behind me on the wall are crazy and they're out there, but that's kind of different. This is more of like a professional wedding type sneaker, and those are like everyday, well, not all of them, but some of them are like everyday type shoes. So there's definitely a difference there. Then moving down on the shoe, you do get to the relatively high heel. It's a 1.4 inch heel, which is definitely higher than your average dress shoe. And that's something I was a little bit concerned about online because I didn't know how this high of a heel would feel underfoot. And to be honest, it doesn't feel terrible. You notice it, like you definitely stand up a little bit straighter, but it's not bad. And then finally, moving to the bottom of the shoe, you get to my favorite part of the entire shoe, and that's this really beautiful leather outsole. Now, I don't know a bunch about dress shoes, but I know one thing, that leather outsoles are both good and bad. Good in that they sound great when you're walking, which kind of seems like a small good, but it is a good thing. And they really are premium. However, the one downside is these do take a lot of work to maintain. You really need to make sure that the first few times that you're wearing this shoe, you don't want to get the outsole wet. And that's because until you really compress this leather down on the outsole, it's very absorbent and the water can just kind of seep in and ruin the entire sneaker. So if you are going to wear these in the rain, maybe just don't. Obviously, they scuff faster than rubber outsoles and they don't have the same sort of traction as rubber outsoles, but they are a much more premium look and they do give you a much more designer feel. I personally love how simple this outsole looks. I love this sort of semi-gloss finish you've got on it. I love the 3 nails at the toe. I love the Gucci logo in the midfoot, and I love the color separation on the heel. I think that's awesome. Now, I know this video is pretty different than most of the videos that I usually do on this channel, but this shoe definitely is going to be exciting for me to wear, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to throw it in a video, because it's a shoe that's important to me. And also, I spent a lot of money on this shoe, so I wanted to also feature it because, I mean, if I spent 900 bucks on a sneaker, I'd want to show it off. So even though it's a dress shoe and it's not exactly what I usually show off, I'm showing off the Gucci lace-up, that's just all it's called. Now, onto the question of whether this shoe is worth $900, or I guess pre-tax it was like $850. And it really depends on your own personal preference. Now, I can see how that might be considered a cop-out, but honestly, I think this shoe genuinely is a very high-quality sneaker, made in Italy, made of really nice Italian leather, and constructed very, very well. Like I said, my favorite part is the leather outsole. I think that's such a cool detail, and it's one that you won't ever really see. But to me, it's one of those details that really bring the shoe together. So to give you guys a solid answer of whether I think this shoe is worth $900, for me it was, because I think the materials are really solid, I think the construction is great, and also I like the brand name and the little hidden Gucci detail on the toe. I think that was awesome. Obviously, everyone has their own personal preference, and if you're trying to grab a pair of dress shoes, you might not want to spend 900 bucks. You can still spend like 200 bucks and get an excellent dress shoe by a really great brand. But if you're really trying to subtly flex, this is not a bad way to go. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the Gucci lace-up and what you think of this shoe and whether you'd ever consider grabbing it. So let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.